For the third time in its short history, the cruise ship Norwegian Prima has broken its mooring lines due to heavy weather. Just hours before a scheduled departure from Port Canaveral, sudden wind gusts turned a routine embarkation into a code echo emergency, snapping lines and sending tugboats scrambling to secure the massive vessel. The vessel Norwegian Prima, departing from Port Canaveral on January 18, 2026, encountered difficulties. Several hours before the scheduled departure, during the embarkation of passengers, sudden gusts of wind snapped the mooring lines, and the vessel was briefly pushed away from the pier. The incident occurred at approximately 2 p.m. on Sunday. Throughout the entire morning, the wind was relatively stable, with speeds of 5 to 7 miles per hour. But immediately after 9 a.m., the wind speed began to increase to 15 to 20 miles per hour as a cold front passed through the region. Shortly before 2 p.m., sudden wind gusts of up to 72 kilometers per hour were recorded. And even with steady wind, the speed reached 48 to 58 kilometers per hour. The lines securing the vessel to the pier quickly stretched beyond their allowable load and snapped, as a result of which the vessel drifted slightly away from the berth. In the published video of the incident, it is visible how the lines snap, as well as 2 tugboats ready to tow the cruise liner back to the pier and safely hold it in place until new lines are attached. Passengers on board heard code echo announced over the ship's public address system. This is a standard emergency code used to alert crew members about strong winds affecting the operation of the vessel, including potential drifting. The Norwegian ship Prima was not at any moment completely unmoored or in danger, and no damages or injuries were recorded as a result of the incident. Although the situation on board Norwegian Prima was quickly brought under control and safely secured, brief interruptions were observed in the boarding process and luggage delivery until the situation was resolved. On Sunday, the cruise liner Norwegian Prima was at the pier at Cruise Terminal 5 on the western side of Port Canaveral. Although the breaking of the mooring lines caused small disruptions in the terminal's operation, it was expected that the cruise liner would depart on its journey as planned at 6 p.m. The itinerary includes a 7-day journey through the Caribbean Sea, with calls at Great Stirrup Cay in the Bahamas, at Montego Bay, Jamaica, at Grand Cayman, and at Cozumel, Mexico, after which the vessel will return to Central Florida on Sunday, January 25th. At the present time, no changes to the itinerary have occurred, and despite the brief period of strong winds, the sailing of Norwegian Prima is proceeding quite calmly. The vessel will be based in Port Canaveral until mid-November, offering diverse itineraries through the Caribbean Sea. In November, it will reposition to San Juan to perform other voyages, including routes through the Eastern Caribbean and visits to Barbados. In April 2027, the Norwegian liner Prima will depart for Europe for the summer season, and in the fall, it will return to San Juan. This incident is not the first case where Norwegian Prima has broken away from its mooring lines. In fact, this is already the third such case with the first vessel of the innovative Prima class. In July 2023, the liner Norwegian Prima broke loose from its moorings during a stop at the port of Zeebrugge, Belgium. As a result of the incident, the bow and stern gangways were carried away into the water, but no one was injured. Passengers were briefly disembarked onto the shore until new gangways were installed after the return of the vessel to a safe position. In January 2024, during embarkation in Galveston, the vessel broke loose from its moorings for the second time. Just like in this incident, strong gusts of wind snapped the lines, and the vessel briefly broke away from the pier before it was securely fastened again. It may seem alarming that this is already the third case of broken ropes on board Norwegian Prima during its relatively short service life, since the vessel began making voyages only in September 2022.